Hey everyone, we're going to keep this very much to the point here for this Friday. I have an update for you guys on NVIDIA. This is a chart here. Let me just get right to it. That I showed, I think it was in early June. And it's this one here you can see on your screen. You may have seen it when I mentioned it at the time. And what I was showing is that every time that NVIDIA got about 50% above its 50-week moving average, that's measured from the price point down to the 50-week, not 50-day, 50-week. Every time it had done that since 2011, the stock either corrected quite meaningfully, or it simply paused for at least I think the average was about 4 months. And so I wanted to give you an update on that. So again, this was from early or maybe mid-ish June when I mentioned that. So that was this point in time right there that you can see on your screen, the upper right-hand corner. That is more or less where the stock has kind of stopped going higher. And if we now go to this chart, and I'm going to just again blend in the 50-week moving average, you can see that we've now been in this consolidation period now for, it was mid-June, for now basically mid-July, mid-August. Let's call that 2.5 months to be fair. And typically there's plenty longer to go. So we're now in a little consolidation period. Again, last time that happened, the stock then consolidated from basically November 2021 to October of 22. That's a very long period of time. So if this holds any truth, we're basically like about here, right? And if you go back to other points in time where you can see a similar thing, let me bring up the other chart again, so just for perspective, kind of going back and forth, right? So and though it also got 50% above it in mid-July, let me show you that one as well, of last year. So that would have been here. So in July of last year, it then went sideways for all the way until January of this year, 2024. So that's, August, September, October, November, December. So let's call that 5.5-ish months, right? Until it exploded higher again in sort of the first half of January. So to me, just from a time perspective, people talk a lot about price, right? And of course that's important, meaning like, where does a stock go? Is it going to go up or down? But I think just from a time perspective, a lot of times consolidation periods or corrections, sometimes they also take place in time. You have to measure both time and the directionality. And so I think at this point, again, just to summarize, we're only in the month 2.5-ish right now, whereas the typical duration for these is at least, I think I can't remember now exactly, I think it's 4 to 5 months at least, I believe is what it was now that I think about it. So we have at least another sort of that amount of time to go right now which kind of would line up with potentially something after the election. So anyway, and this is also very much part of what I keep mentioning is sector and group rotation. That's our topic this week. If you want to learn how to rotate from one sector to the next as the economic environment changes and or new momentum comes into a sector, watch today's research call on that. It's going to take place later on today here on Friday. See you there and have a great weekend.